You should jam.
Okay, so you want to talk about the new Dirty Nil album?
Yeah.
Which that'll probably be like the
Yeah.
main thing that we talk about. I've listened to it twice. I listened to it the day it came out, and then I listened to it again today.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be refreshed.
Did you listen to it on the first day that came out?
Yes.
It came out on New Year's Day, and for some reason I didn't want to listen to it that day. I don't know why. It's crazy because the Dirty Nil are my favorite rock band.
Yeah.
And I had no interest in listening to the album, so I actually didn't listen to it until probably about the third day.
Okay.
That it was out. And like there was another thing. I'm not shitting on the Nil right now. I fucking love this band, and I do love this album.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when I looked at the track listing and I was like, because they had put out like 4 of the singles already, I felt like I had already heard half the album.
Right.
So I just wasn't rushed to listen to it.
Right.
But I did really like it. I liked Elvis 77's a fucking awesome song.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone seems to be sharing To the Guy Who Stole My Bike.
Right.
As the big song. I don't find that to be the big song.
It's okay. It's an okay song.
It's okay. Yeah. Elvis 77's my favorite off of that album.
I liked Ride or Die, but the whole time it was on, it reminds me of another song, and I don't know what song. I might need to listen to it more, but when it was on today, I was like, this sounds like another song.
Yeah.
And it's driving me fucking crazy.
Yeah, I feel that.
I don't know what, it was like all parts of it. Like it wasn't just like one, like the vocal melody reminded me of something, and then like the guitar reminded me of something. And it'll come to me at some point, but I don't remember.
Actually, that same idea came to mind for me for Hang Your Moon, and that's my favorite song of that album. Okay. I think I just said that Elvis 77 was, but I remembered that it's actually Hang Your Moon. Hang Your Moon's my favorite song of that album, and I feel like that's actually Evil Side Part 2.
Oh, okay.
I think that song's almost identical to Evil Side, because it also has that slow part at the end and all that sort of shit. But yeah, Hang Your Moon's my favorite song of that album. It's fucking great.
Yeah, like the one thing, so like we've also already established that I'm not like a huge Dirty Nil fan, but I don't dislike them by any means.
Yeah.
I'm definitely like, I'm not like a hard, like I don't love the first 2 albums. I really liked Master Volume. I still think I like Master Volume more than I like this album as of right now.
Yeah.
But I do think like there's something about the Nil where they've like somehow mastered the like raw rock and roll sound.
Yeah.
And it sounds
new.
It like somehow sounds like, it sounds new. It's really well produced, but it still has like a grittiness to it.
Yeah, it sounds classic
it's like,
still.
It's really, when I was listening today, I was like, they like really nailed the vibe. And that like, I think like that's like the rock and roll tune or tone, sorry.
Yeah.
That,
and
like,
it's still like a variety album at the same time. Like there's like the slow song, like Hang Your Moon, I feel like has like the slow song element. To the Guy Who Stole My Bike's like a guitar and vocal for a lot of it. And then they've got like fucking thrash songs on it. It's crazy. Like, and they've got like the pop punk song, like Blunt Force Concussion's like a pop punk song. Yeah. Like it's very much a variety album, but at the same time, it's like a straight up rock and roll album. Like I don't know how. Yeah. Simultaneously.
They know how to write a fucking like a hit though. Like,
yeah, they definitely do.
It's like I liked it. Like I don't. The Nil is a weird band for me because like it's also a band where like everybody we know like worships the Nil.
Yeah.
And so like I think there's always a thing like if I didn't find them first and then people are like that with the band, I'm generally like fuck off.
The thing is, I feel like I found them way before everybody.
Yeah, probably.
Because I remember I watched them. I watched the Fucking Up Young video, and like they've been a band for 14 and a half years apparently.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I watched Luke did an AMA on Instagram Live.
Right.
And someone said, how long have the Nil been around? 14 and a half years.
Jesus
so
Christ.
I'm definitely not even close to one of the first people discovering this band.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing them when Fucking Up Young had like 2,000 views.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And in Scott Rosignol's basement, he and I watched that, and we listened to that song like probably fucking 30 times that night. Like, it was just stupid.
Yeah.
And like going to see them at Rum Runners, and there was like 50 people there. Like shit like that. Like I remember when they were like the small time band, and then people were like, "Have you heard of the Dirty Nil?" And I'm like, "Fuck you."
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, how dare you say that to me? Like I remember being there, 50 people in the crowd, and I was nervous to go talk to Luke and ask for an autograph. You know what I mean? So Like, I fucking love this band. And yeah, I do really like this album. I would have to say that I do like Master Volume more.
Yeah.
But I think that's also, I'm still kind of hung up on, I feel like I've heard a lot of this album already.
Right.
Because of so many of those singles. And I fucking butchered those singles listening to them all year.
Right.
Like fucking, I probably listened to Done with Drugs, Doom Boy, and Blunt Force Concussion. Just those 3 songs on repeat at work all day. Probably 6 shifts.
Right.
You know what I mean? 12-hour shifts just listening to 3 songs on repeat because I'm a mentally ill person. So, yeah, I feel like I've listened to the album of way more than I have.
Right.
But I do love the album.
Yeah. Good job, the Dirty Nil.
Good job, Luke, Ross, and Kyle.
You have our stamp of approval. If you want to come on our super successful rock and roll podcast, do it.
Yeah, dude. Can you imagine? I would probably be quivering.
Yeah, and I would just be like, I'm not all that impressed by you guys.
You'd be the hard body. I'd be like worshiping them, and you'd just be like, so why aren't you guys better?
Yeah.
You know, you guys ever think about writing good songs?
They're just like, it looks like, so you guys like gear? You want to talk about gear? No, fuck no.
No, I don't care.
Yeah. When did you lose your virginity?
Oh my god.
Just kidding. Won't ask you that.